What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Flock Takeover. If you guys are enjoying the almost daily Ravens news, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Today, we're going to be going over the biggest takeaways from day one. We'll be going over who was missing from practice. We got some interesting comments from Jesse Minter, Calais Campbell, and Roquan Smith. We also got a lot of news about the rookies and much more. But let's start this video on the guys who weren't participating today. When you look at this list, there's a few big names that stand out. A lot of Ravens fans were concerned when they see names like Rashad Bateman, Zay Flowers, Travis Jones, knew Matabike wasn't going to be out there. Honestly, I wouldn't read too much into or mind it as much because Minter was asked about it in the press conference and he said some people dealing with minor injuries and some other people dealing with some illnesses and sicknesses. But again, it's only June. Ravens are just focused on getting everybody out there and not trying to, win mini camp this early on. Everybody's new and everybody's still trying to learn the system, and a few guys not participating due to minor injuries or sickness is really not a deal breaker. Continue on this not so good note. There was a little scuffle between Zion Young and Emory Jones. They said they were going back and forth at each other and there was a few pushes, but as soon as there was more physical contact, both sides of the ball came in and separated it. Again, wouldn't really worry about it. It's football, really competing hard because, iron sharpens iron, and seeing Zion Young in his first year and Emory Jones working for a roster spot, seeing them go at it and clash and seeing that it really means something to them is pretty important. And I'd be more concerned if they weren't showing any emotion. But I could see why people would freak out about it a little bit with it being the first day of minicamp practice. But on to some better news. Lamar Jackson was back at practice. We seen Tyler Huntley back at practice again. They were throwing the ball. And while we won't hear from Lamar today, he still had the highlight of the day. Says Lamar escaped the pocket and threw a deep ball to the rookie receiver Elijah Surratt for about 45 yards. I think what makes it more exciting is who caught the ball, with it being a rookie receiver and Elijah Surratt, with Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman not participating. It's good because guys who aren't starting get to get more reps in and really make a name for themselves. Jesse Minter was also asked about Surratt and Jacoby Lane in a press conference, and he said they're making the most out of the reps and showing why they could really make the team. And it's more and more likely that Bateman will be on the team this season. We've seen Declan Doyle talk to Bateman saying there's more film to grade him on, and I think we heard points of Bateman still being a part of this team's plans moving forward. And it doesn't really sound like there's any reason for fans to panic right now, especially with all the depth that we got. The same thing also goes with Marlon Humphreys. Minter also mentioned Marlon Humphreys and heavily involved with the team and the media, making jokes with Jacoby Lane. But honestly, that's one of the reasons why Marlon is so valuable. Not just the all-pro level play on the field that he could bring us that we've seen, not so much last year, but can't really grade a Zach Orr team. But his leadership, personality, and experience should help set the tones for the rookies and show why Marlon should be on this team this upcoming season. Minter was also asked about Roquan Smith and had a lot of great things to say about him. And we could all agree Roquan had a down year last year. He seemed slower, seemed a little bit bigger, and didn't make as much plays as he usually does. He's a five-time All-Pro or some crazy amount like that. And Roquan kind of expressed that he wasn't happy with his standards last year, where he said,
Think personally, my season, it wasn't the season that I wanted to have, regardless of the circumstances, because you can't control circumstances, no excuses at all. But wasn't the season of my standard, nor was it from a defensive perspective as well.
speaking about the linebacker core, another thing that stood out was Roquan Smith and Trenton Simpson were both leading the linebacker drills today. That's exactly what you want to see from your defensive leaders early on. Weaver expressed how Roquan is so valuable, not just as a player, but as a leader as well, expressing thoughts and making sure everybody's playing to their maximum level. We also heard from Big Calais Campbell. He talked about it potentially being his last season, even though he acknowledged that he said that before in the past.
Down and play, 35, 40. That was a humbling experience, but it also led to more production, like having better quality plays. Because if I go out there and try to play 45, 50 plays, I'm not going to get a lot of quality plays at the tail end of that, But if I go out there and I manage my reps and I play 35 to 40, they're going to probably all mostly be quality plays.
Before we wrap things up, we got to talk about the special teams. Ryan Eckley out of Michigan State was reportedly booming punts, 60 yards plus, constantly throughout the practices. And Tyler Loop also had a perfect day where he kicked 5 for 5 with a long of 53 yards. I would like to see Loop practice more in-game situations and kick deeper in game. We've seen a small share of that last year, and it wasn't too well. I think he kicked 20% from 50 plus, but in the preseason, he was almost automatic with a long of 61 against the Commanders. Meaning Loop does have the leg, and he just needs to put everything together. But I hope he could have a good bounce back year with what happened last season. Overall, day one of minicamp gave us more reasons to be excited than concerned. Few people injured, a few people not participating. Reports said Lamar was sharp. The rookies were all performing well. Zion Young with the physicality that we knew he was going to bring to the team. Special teams looked good as a group. Roquan Smith sounds very motivated with the season he had last year, and the whole team just sounds very confident. Let me know down in the comments what your biggest takeaways were for day one. We'll be back with another one tomorrow. And again, if you guys are enjoying the almost daily Ravens content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. See you guys. Peace.